Hello, welcome and welcome back, everyone. I shall react to some short YouTube videos, whatever comes to the For You page or however it's called. I will let the algorithm dictate our viewing for tonight.
You cannot lead a relationship if you're not willing to walk away from it. Now, a lot of men won't like
Okay.
that one because you can't tell her the things she needs to hear because it's true. You tell her what she likes to hear and she's no longer safe. And you have to remember this, is that as a man and as a leader,
I screwed up like that. And probably one of my biggest screw ups was something similar. I knew what I was supposed to tell her, but I didn't just because I knew that the only way to sort that out was for me to go. And at the end of the day, I was the one who paid the ultimate price and ended up falling apart anyway. So it's like, yeah.
and every man is going to be the leader of his household and he's going to lead his woman. And I believe that it's if men want the good sex, the intimacy, and the polarity that they seek, and if women want the security and men want the witness beauty, I promise you, leadership as men is going to look good on you. It doesn't look so good when it's on her. I am willing to let you go, honey. Why? Because this very thing that I'm connected to is the very reason why you're here. We're collectively bringing that in together. And so, look, as much as I love you, that very thing.
Matt, honest question. Does anyone actually talk exactly like that in a relationship? Because what the guy is so polished. We have so much. I have so much to learn.
That I'm connecting to, I'm willing to go at alone. That makes others feel safe, especially if you're a leader. You cannot lead a relationship if you're not willing to walk.
Okay, yeah. Okay, ultimately, what makes a man walk away is disrespect. Yes. Once priorities are discussed, clearly defined, and established, everyone should respect those priorities in decision making and actions. And what pisses me off is when you have the set of rules, everything is discussed, and everything's fine. A bit of time passes, and all of the rules are changed. Or if you're like, man, didn't we say that, honey? Didn't we discuss that we're gonna do this, this, and this in this way and this? Yeah, but people change. What? Okay, people grow, evolve, but they don't change completely. The idea of like you're gonna change your man or you're gonna change your woman, that's, I think, from my point of view, bullshit. But yeah, nailed it 100%. Most people don't get it. True. Or even the ones that actually do get it, they end up sometimes and they screw up. They're running around confused, afraid to miss out while missing out on the deepest, strongest, most powerful experience they can get. Deep connection. Yes. True, the man needs to lead. What a woman says she needs and what a woman actually needs are not the same. So true in so many ways. And I really hope that, dudes, I really hope we were wrong. But yeah. So this was what? Naftali Moses. Ooh, this is Greek or something.
Am I the asshole for leaving my own birthday dinner because my girlfriend turned it into a proposal for herself?
Wait, what?
I, 28 male, had my birthday dinner last weekend, and my girlfriend, Sarah, 27 female, offered to plan it. I was excited because I usually keep things low key, but she said she wanted to make it special. She booked a nice restaurant and invited close friends and family. Everything was going great until it was time for dessert. The waiter brought out a cake, but instead of my name, it said, "Will you marry me, Sarah?"
What?
I was completely blindsided.
What?
Sarah got all teary eyed and turned to me and said, "Well, this is the best surprise ever, right?" Everyone around us started clapping and her friends were filming.
Okay, I get taking initiative, but what?
I just sat there stunned. She took my silence as hesitation and started going on about how she knew I wasn't big on grand gestures, but she can't wait anymore. And she said that she took matters into her own hands. At that moment, I stood up and said, "This is my birthday. If you wanted a proposal, you should have talked to me about it first." And then I grabbed my stuff and I walked out. Sarah was mortified, and her friends blew up my phone, calling me an asshole for embarrassing her and ruining.
So you put the guy on the spot on his birthday, and let's be honest, like this, the same like the dude said, I'm not good with like celebrating birthdays either. So you're doing it anyway. You're doing much more than he's usually used to. So he's going with that as well. And you put him on the actual spot without discussing him. No, he's not an asshole. No offense. He's not an asshole.
Ruining the night. She even said I humiliated her when she was trying to do something romantic. Now my family is split. Some say I should have just gone along with it for the night, while others think she crossed a major boundary. Am I the asshole for leaving?
What gets me is the deceit. having the cake addressed to herself as everybody. The proposal was his idea when it clearly was not. It's highly I suppose she told them. I would hope that she told them. It's like, look what nice surprise I'm gonna have. He's gonna, yeah. At least if she would have done it the other way, like, bro, would you marry me? Oh, yeah. Getting teary-eyed after you've proposed to yourself is some Hannibal Lecter type shit. Ooh, yeah.
What do you mean when you say that we're too impatient to be intelligent?
Email is an interesting case in point in that it was assumed that there could be no finer form of communication other than immediate and free. And we automatically assume that faster is better. And one of the questions I raised, which I still think is a serious question, by the way, is do we need slow AI? Do we need slow Tinder? Do we need slow Rightmove? In most processes of search, if you look at consumers, what they do is they refine their preferences according to what they find. So they go into the property market, the dating market, and they have a set list of preferences. If you talk to any real estate agent, most people end up buying or renting a property which meets remarkably few, if any, of their initial criteria. That's probably true of the people marry as well. We think...
Oh, yes. True for what they marry as well.
We know what we want, but we don't. And the way we discover what we want...
Or we know what we want, but what we want is usually way above our pay grade.
Is by a kind of exploratory process of discovery where we explore the market and what's available and what they cost. What you might call the Rightmove approach to decision making, which is define what you like, we give it to you, you buy one of those, looks to us as if it's a perfectly sensible and efficient way of choosing a house. But actually, we don't see what we don't see.
What do you mean when you say...
Okay. So as a software developer, you kind of meet this a lot in requirements specs. People don't know how to write a request spec for what they need, or even have a good grasp of defining what they actually need. Yeah, true. Oh, there was the one with like draw me 7 parallel perpendicular lines, and one with blue line, and one with invisible ink, and one with... People don't really know what they want, or they overestimate what they can afford. Apparently, I think he's right, and we overestimate with your partners as well.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, dude. I just got a new girlfriend. What happened to Maya?
Oh.
I mean, we just broke up a few days ago. And you immediately got with someone else? Yeah, bro, she's super different. Why do you care? No, I don't care about that. I mean, the fastest way to get over someone is to start dating, but like, where do you find these girls? Like, I can't find anyone.
This is a commercial.
Look where we are. Coffee shops, clothing stores, Sephora. There's so many girls. One of them has to be into you. Yeah, bro, but that doesn't mean you
Okay.
get with them. What? What is this? It's a steak. Perfectly salted, rare, delicious. Would you put Tapatio on this? Probably not. Exactly. You'd make a fire chimichurri, right? Exactly. Cilantro, parsley and shit, maybe some garlic, bro, a little lime juice. So what's more important to you? This steak or you? Wait, what? But me. Okay, so just because you can put vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, chocolate...
You don't necessarily have to put it. Yeah, okay, I understand where he's going.
Olive oil or honey on your steak doesn't mean you do, right?
Yeah, those sound gross. Except for the honey, though. That could be fire.
Yeah, but you're willing to wait 5 minutes to make a delicious green sauce.
Yeah.
So why do you treat the steak better than you treat yourself? What are you talking about?
Give yourself some time after a breakup. Figure out how you are. Don't just throw yourself straight away into something else. I have a friend who did just that, exactly that, like throwing himself from one relationship to another, from one relationship to another, and now he's stuck in a marriage with 2 kids. He couldn't get out of that. And why I'm saying it like that is because it took him like, what, 6 months? Yeah, I think from the moment he met the girl, his current wife, until they got pregnant, let's say 5-6 months. So in 8 months, 8-9 months, they were already married. But that's what he did since I know him, is like jumping from one relationship to another, one relationship to another, never giving himself time with himself. I don't know if he knows how to be with himself. That's the sad part.
You don't pick the first sauce you see for the steak, but the second you're out of a relationship, you get with the first girl who says yes to you.
Holy shit, you're right.
Do you know what the problem is?
Impatience?
Kind of, but honestly, it's your standards. If everyone fits them, they're way too low.
So what should I do?
Raise your standards for yourself, bro. Work harder, be more honest, take better care of yourself. Because if you have high standards for you,
Be the steak that you want to be in life.
you can have high standards for everyone in your life. But that does mean saying no to everyone who doesn't fit them. Okay, so I'm going to be alone for a while. Well, yeah, that's exactly the point. But you'll like yourself more, so you don't care.
That's why I was saying, you need to spend some time with yourself and actually heal and analyze what the fudge happened with the past relationship. Because if you're already semi-resenting yourself for whatever the reason for that breakup was, and you jump in the next one, your chances of screwing it up are higher. The chances that you're already like are higher. Get to like yourself, know yourself a bit, and we're liking this one. Oh yeah. Ooh, it's 43 minutes. Okay, well, stay around for another few minutes, and after that, I need to leave you guys because it's getting late, and people have to work in the morning. But you like yourself more. True. So you won't care. Such a powerful line. I'm glad you included it. Yeah, true.
The reality is, women are attracted to somebody who is able to tell the truth. We're attracted to confrontation. We're attracted to risk takers. We're attracted to that because it signals that they can lead us. Now, if a woman feels like she's with a guy who's a people pleaser and will just...
And the first comment is, most women hate the truth. Next one, I am still waiting for a woman who can tell the truth. Third one, women consider the liar to be more honest than the honest guy because honesty is boring to them. Oh, so sad.
just want to keep the peace. I can't call a guy who's a people pleaser and ask him for advice. Whereas when you have a man who's very nice, who's very good to you, but he's also honest, you start to trust their opinion. The reality is, women...
Okay. That sounds good on paper. I'm not sure if that's always the case. I'm starting to hate all the bullshit women want and are the prize, remember. Okay, let's not go that far. Come on. Actually, it depends on the city. Where my parents grew up, I think there is a city where you have like 9 women per man. So yeah, that's a place where the man is definitely the prize. They don't have that many. We're thinking about where? China, where they had to like abduct and kidnap women from other countries, like vicinity from the neighboring countries and so on. That's where the woman is the prize. I'm watching this right after asking a girl out. We had been working together for 2 years. Oh, she said yes. And even thanked me for being courageous and honest. So there that is. Yeah, good one you made.
Bro, what in the hell? What?
Them
This
texts
is
from
the
my
type of
girlfriend.
text I get. This is insane. She's crazy. Hey. And I said, hey, what are you doing?
Fishing.
Fishing. She said, oh, okay. Well, I have a question. Would you be against getting a horse? And I said, we do not have room for a horse. We have to buy a house before a horse. And then she replied, why do you hate me?
No, why is she still your girlfriend?
And I said, I don't hate you. Where can we put a horse? She says, my backyard. I said, that won't work. And then after that, she said, I love you. And I said, I love you too. And she replies with, no, you don't. If you did, you'd let me have a horse. You might as well just break up with me.
Oh yes, do.
I don't get it.
Bro, just do. Just go for it. Either you get a horse or you just jump on a horse and go far away. Pick up a stuffed animal horse on the way home. She did not specify. Yeah, that's a good play. Why do you hate me? I'm glad this is a universal thing. Oh, definitely it is. I would have just said, babe, if you miss me, just call me. Why do you hate me? That kills me. Yeah, I heard that a few times, yeah. And usually it's not true. She knows what she's doing. She missed him and got him to talk to her while he's fishing. What? Now he's making a video about her 2 double win. Oh, Zepe. Are we still in kindergarten? And okay. She can sense you being calm, and that's a disturbance in the force.
You're the first person to ever tell me they caught their husband the night after their honeymoon on an OnlyFans account. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
And for me to hear a new one is almost impossible. That's a new one for me.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah. That's not something just to blow off. That's something to dig into. And 3 years later, behavior is a language. He is telling you, I do not desire you. I don't want to be with you. I don't care what you need. I don't care what you want. I don't care what you experience.
So basically, this is the husband hasn't asked for sex in 3 years.
I want you to do my chores and leave me alone. You're the first person to ever tell me they caught their husband the night after their honeymoon.
Ooh, I'm thinking I don't know anyone. That's hard. No. Okay, I know I know on the other side, like the woman says no or doesn't initiate or doesn't want or whatever. Well, I'm thinking of any dude. I don't know any. Do you guys know anyone? So the husband hasn't asked for sex in 3 years. For me, it would be something wrong if I didn't ask at least 3, 4, 5 times in a week.
Am I overreacting after I found out my boyfriend's online friend group I became a part of 2 years ago has been just him the whole time? I guess I should have been less oblivious, but since a little before we started dating in 2022, I was added to my boyfriend's, just friends at the time, 3-person Instagram group chat with what he explained were some of his closest online friends. The 2 other accounts seemed like real people because they had real followers and comments on their posts and drastically different aesthetics and looks to them. We eventually made a Discord server for us, and that alone was convincing enough since multiple times we've all been active at the same time. We never voice chatted, but I used to never voice chat either, so I didn't think twice. The group got closer, though, as more and more time passed since I was first added to their group chat.
Tell me that he started hitting on her from the fake accounts.
And last month, we got together and planned a research trip to Hawaii for August. We live on the East Coast of the US, like we booked everything. So imagine my
way.
surprise when I'm over at his house tonight and his computer is open and I just want to log into my Google Docs when I accidentally stumble across, first of all, follower bot sites, and
Ooh.
also him logged in and chatting with me as one of the individuals I thought I had become close with, and just got this sinking feeling.
What the fudge? Okay, he has mad skills, but still, that's a bit disturbed, man.
I didn't jump to the idea that they could be fake either. I was like, maybe he just has these logins since they're all so close and is way too interested in these messages. But then I noticed their only chats were the group chats and the server. And the real kicker was the email added that it was signed up under was his backup email with his full name. I quite literally snooped until he got out of the shower and caught me, which I'm not saying was right of me, but I couldn't help myself. During my snooping, I gradually became devastatingly confident that he wasn't behind just one, but both accounts. I've never seen his face so red, and he just absolutely panicked and started shouting at me to get out of his business. I couldn't even form the right words to say to him. In the end, I just walked out of his apartment sobbing. It's very early in the morning. I get that, but this screenshot is what he has to say, and I'm starting to feel crazy. Am I overreacting about my discovery? I just want to
Wait, I just want to know why. Okay, she's gonna read it, I think, but
know why. When it finally became time for the Hawaii trip, how were you going to explain that? What were you thinking? You know something
I don't think he was thinking.
I've noticed about you? You can just never be calm, and there always has to be an issue. I know you were raised in a volatile environment, still have to relearn a lot of healthy relationship dynamics, but it's like you thrive on chaos only. And we were going to see Wicked tonight. I guess that
Man, wait, what's the rest? Basically, the guy was deflecting on her. It's her problem that she's not calm. What the fudge? You've been lying to her for years. Trip part, that was cool. Did he pay for all of the tickets? You can't be serious. I deserve whatever. I am honestly so creeped up. I was like, definitely I would be too. Weaponize her childhood trauma to continue gaslighting. Absolutely wicked. Yeah, true, man. Really, really true. That's bullshit. Viewers and no. It's okay. All the crazy aside, he made sure that her only close friends were all him. Ooh, yeah, that's deeply screwed over. That level of control to make sure that she had no intimacy and that her very best friends were all different versions of him lying to her. I would hope that she had other friends of her own. I really hope. But yeah, it's like you thrive on chaos, says the man with sock puppet accounts.
I could always hear my better self clearing his throat in the room next door. And I always wondered what would happen if I had to really, really wrangle everything, if the whole world came crashing down on me. And I wanted to work out whether or not I was a coward. And he said, thankfully, he kicked the door in and came through. I could always hear my...
Yo, that's deep. Yeah, that's really deep.
There's actually a study that was on, they're called the 4 pillars. And if you can agree on these 4 topics with your partner, probability of your relationship lasting, I think 95%. But for
Okay,
each
let's
one
see.
you don't have, obviously it's extremely detrimental.
If you're single, compare it with your ex and see if you guys broke up for a good reason or not. Let's see.
And it's funny because like anyone that I know that broke up, it's usually 2 of 4. So the number one reason people get divorced in the US is money fights and money problems. How do you value money?
Yes.
Do you think that your partner should only work? Do you want to stay home? What is their opinion on debt? How do they view the future? Do they spend everything today and hope things work out tomorrow, or are they a planner? Number 2 is in-laws. That's parents, siblings, your friends, having people in your life that really love and support the person that you're dating. 3 is kids, whether or not to have them and how to raise them. And 4 is
Definitely, I had problems with that.
religion. I knew a lot of people, they great couple, but it's one of those things
Really?
like you can be religious and you maybe can say, oh, I don't need to date someone religious. We respect each other. But then once you bring a kid into the mix, well, okay, well, now how do we do it? Because I want my kid to go to church and they don't want their kid to go to church. For him and I, we talked about,
In my case, even though I'm not religious at all, I was like, okay, fine, I don't mind. I used to go to church when I was a kid. I really enjoyed it back then. It was fine. The fact that I grew up and learned more things and I have different perspectives and ideas now, it shouldn't affect that part. And yeah, he is baptized. He's definitely more religious than I am. So
okay, what are your thoughts on marriage? Do you expect your wife to stay home and do all the cooking and cleaning? What are your thoughts on kids? But
for me, I'm fine with doing the cleaning and help with everything. I'm not good with cooking. I'm literally not good with cooking. I'm the guy who manages to screw over his like microwave pizza or oven pizza, like the one semi-pre-made. Shit, it's not that I'm asking the person in my life to cook for me and so on. I'm asking her to cook just for our own safety. I've been romantic once and we both got diarrhea. I'm not doing that shit again.
do our values align
No pun intended.
on the things that we want? There's actually a study that was on, they're called the
Oh, that was it? Okay. So money, in-laws, children, religion. Yeah, money. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. In-laws, no, I never had problem. Maybe friends. Yeah, there was one with friends. I don't know why she was saying that I'm always spending too much time with my friends. Children, oh, definitely that's a big, big one. And religion. I wasn't even expecting religion to be there, but oh, what is I'm not happy. He did not do enough. He was too perfect. I want to find myself. I was bored and so on. Yeah, but it's going like small sub notes.
There's a funny trick they teach, which I'll teach you. It's not part of my warmth cues, but I'm gonna teach it to you because I think it's interesting. Don't let anyone use this on you. Okay.
And nobody at home use this on anyone else.
Don't use this on anyone else. But so there's this thing that NLP people will do, or pickup artists will do, where they move their hand like this, and the other person will begin to nod, because typically when we do this with our hand, the other person starts to nod, which makes you think, I agree, I agree, I agree.
What are you doing for anyone that is watching?
I'm moving my hand up and down in a nodding yes motion. And so what I've noticed very manipulative people will do is they'll be doing this. They speak like, don't you understand what I'm saying? Do you get this? And the other person will start to nod.
Or come on, tell me what you got to say. Come on, tell me. Just tell me. I want to hear. Come on, tell me everything. Come on. Like that video. Yeah, press that like button. Yes. Sub. Okay.
And I've seen entire audience will start nodding. And then you think to yourself, well, I'm nodding, so I must agree with this person. It's a secret way to get someone to secretly agree with you. So just be careful and make sure no one uses that on you. There's a funny...
And try to be nice about it and don't use it on others. But we learned something new. Okay, that's me for tonight. Hope everyone enjoyed as much as they could. I am still under the weather, so I'm hoping I'm going to feel slightly better tomorrow. Or at least slightly more human. Have a good one.